So imagine, folks, that there were an AI company that had just completed the biggest ever Series A, B, or C funding round, raising $6 billion. And that company, inevitably, was on a mission to develop artificial general intelligence. Honest, truthful, curious artificial intelligence, with a mission of being beneficial to humanity. And just imagine for a moment that one of the necessary ingredients for truly developing artificial general intelligence, not an LLM, not a cool party trick, but comprehensive, broad, general artificial intelligence, required two major pieces of the puzzle. One, nailing language, e.g. LLM. Two, also critically, nailing real-world intelligence. A cool language model that can speak, reason, and write is interesting, but if it can't interact with the real world, it's not general intelligence, it's very limited. So these are the two necessary critical pieces of the puzzle for solving artificial general intelligence, AGI. You can't have AGI without both of these critical pieces of the puzzle. And as we continue in this exercise of the imagination, just hypothetically speaking, imagine if there were a single company on Earth that had sufficient data to have a chance of solving the real world portion of that equation. But there were multiple companies on Earth, thanks to the internet, who had access to the language that could theoretically allow them to solve the language portion. If there were just a single company on the entire planet with the real world piece of the puzzle, would this AI startup, having just raised $6 billion, the biggest ever funding round, be potentially interested in having a conversation with the company that has one of the necessary pieces of the puzzle for the AI startup in achieving their mission? Elon Musk's xAI, a company announced less than 1 year ago, has completed their Series B funding round. This is a huge deal, including for Tesla stock investors. Elon Musk himself confirmed that the pre-money valuation was $18 billion. More on that in a moment. Over on the official xAI website, Series B funding round. xAI is pleased to announce our Series B funding round of $6 billion. A colossal, enormous $6 billion. Holy fuck, dude. Key investors include Valor Equity Partners, VY Capital, Andreessen Horowitz, Sequoia Capital, Fidelity Management and Research, and more. A who's who of VCs. So let's continue. xAI has made significant strides over the past year, from the announcement of the company in July 2023, again, that is less than a year ago, to the release of Grok 1 on X in November, to the recent announcement of the improved Grok 1.5 model, to Grok 1.5V with image understanding. xAI's model capabilities have improved rapidly. With the open source release of Grok 1, xAI has opened doors for advancements in various applications, optimizations, and extensions of the model, and also now appear to be pursuing the prior mission of closed AI, formerly known as OpenAI. xAI will continue this steep trajectory of progress over the coming months, with multiple exciting technology updates and products soon to be announced. Feel free to speculate about some of these future products in the comments. What do you guys think's in the works? Keywords, they're products, plural. The funds from the round will be used to take xAI's first products to market, build advanced infrastructure, this is important, more on that soon, and accelerate the research and development of future technologies. xAI is primarily focused on the development of advanced AI systems that are truthful, competent, and maximally beneficial for all of humanity. The company's mission is to understand the true nature of the universe. And as a lifelong science and especially physics nerd, bro, this is the ultimate mission statement. And then xAI also pointing out they're recruiting people. Cool story. So, Musk posting this: join xAI if you believe in our mission of understanding the universe, which requires maximally rigorous pursuit of the truth without regard to popularity or political correctness. By the way, hilariously, the front runner for Wanker of the Year, Jan Le, who maybe 6 or so months ago appeared on my radar. I didn't know who the dude was, but I kept seeing his posts. Words to the effect of, all the people that are worried that AI could go wrong, they're crazy. That would never happen. Not possible. Impossible. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about here. And anyone who has any concerns at all is just crazy. I thought, what an absolute fucking wanker. And then I discovered that this absolute fucking wanker happens to work in the field of AI, and then I become deeply disturbed. So check this out. The butthurt is real. Join xAI if you can stand a boss who claims that what you are working on will be solved next year. No pressure. By the way, I'm not sure if Le Cbom knows what a known goal this is. Yeah, join xAI if you want an incredible leader who's going to demand exceptional people do exceptional things exceptionally fast. Claims that what you are working on will kill everyone and must be stopped or paused. Yay, vacation for 9 months. And again, the comments earlier about this guy, implying that there's no reason at all to have any concerns about AI gone awry. The absurdity of this statement, by the way, Musk himself has said the probability of a doomsday scenario is low, but it's non-zero, and the risk is so outsized that it's worth worrying about. This guy would do well working in the fake media, the fake news. Claims to want a maximally rigorous pursuit of the truth, but spews crazy-ass conspiracy theories on his own social platform. That's right, quintuple vaxxed yarn here is really spitting some facts. Oh, what's that? A Meta logo in the profile. Huh, nothing to see here. In case you guys don't know, xAI's $6 billion funding round is the largest Series A or Series B round for any company in history. Were you listening? Biggest round in history. Biggest ever A or B series funding round for any company in history. In fact, apparently the largest A, B or C round, about double the previous record holder. What does this indicate? Well, clearly Elon Musk has the ability to raise capital to pursue ideas at the drop of a hat. Clearly, a lot of investors believe in xAI, its mission, and its probability of having a massive outsized impact. And the world's best and brightest AI talent will now be thinking, company's well-funded, record-breaking funding round actually, led by Musk. Guy's done incredible shit with SpaceX, with Tesla, with Neuralink. Do I really want to continue to suck from the teat of Zuck? Be surrounded by woke morons who are busy bringing their agenda to work instead of actually doing work at big tech companies, or do I want to actually get involved in AI and make a difference? Now, I told you guys that this had some big implications for Tesla investors. Some guy posted this in November 2023. Tesla investing in xAI is the no-brainer of no-brainers. Combined, Tesla and xAI has the complete recipe for AGI. This was in response to some discussion with Dave Lee, Jason DeBolt. So let's read a bit more detail what this guy had to say. Tesla has Compute Dojo, the foundational building block of AGI underway, FSD, 5, now 6+ million data collecting robots, vehicles, plus the Optimus bot. And xAI has access to the X data stream. And now extremely likely also going to have fuck tons of capital, likely for compute. I wonder where they'll be buying that compute from. Trolling aside, it's probably going to be a fair bit from Nvidia. But now that we know that this company is flush with $6 billion of cash, there are some interesting possibilities on the horizon in both directions. Let's continue reading this post. Replicating Tesla's FSD capabilities requires a data flywheel, which requires the building and deployment of millions of vehicles to collect data. Close to impossible for others to do this, so how does anyone catch up? X's data stream of text, images, and video is what Tesla is missing from solving AGI entirely. So both companies need each other. Something to ponder. And some guy replied, this does seem like a compelling argument, but must go through a formal Tesla board process and independent valuation. Now, this was in November 2023. Whether or not this has been proposed or even mentioned to the Tesla board specifically, who knows, but I can guarantee you they will have been aware that this post occurred on X. The leader of your company does not discuss compelling arguments that will need to be formally approved by the board of the company he's leading in public without the people on the board hearing about this post. To sum this one up, both companies need each other. xAI needs Tesla and Tesla needs xAI. Let's read this again. xAI is primarily focused on the development of advanced AI systems that are truthful, competent, and maximally beneficial for all of humanity. Here's an example of an advanced AI system that is maximally beneficial for all of humanity. Vehicles that can drive themselves extremely safely and massively reduce the number of accidents, injuries, permanent disabilities, and so on that occur. Never mind the more than 1 million fatalities every single year. There's definitely overlap between the mission of xAI and what Tesla has already developed and has in the works with FSD. And don't forget the humanoid robot. Tesla's data from their vehicle fleet is invaluable, and no other company on Earth has that data. This is important. Tesla themselves are not, as far as we're aware, currently developing their own large language models, but guess who is? xAI, shout out to Grok. Tesla's humanoid robot, obviously, is going to have some language-based interface, right? You need to be able to talk to the thing, you need to understand you and talk back. Obvious things are obvious. So there are some synergies here. Some form of partnership, one way or another, makes a hell of a lot of sense between Tesla and xAI. Again, the ultimate end destination of what Tesla has already built with FSD is artificial general intelligence. You need the real-world abilities, e.g. FSD, and now what's happening with Optimus. But you also, in order to have true artificial general intelligence, need to solve language. something Tesla is not directly involved in. If, keyword there, if Tesla had massively ramped up production of their Dojo AI training chips, I suspect a large portion of the $6 billion xAI now has available would have been spent buying compute. I also suspect it's possible, keyword again, if Tesla had massively ramped up Dojo production, that they might have said, well, you could buy them at retail from us, or let's figure out a way that you can buy them at cost, but we'll get a stake in the company, or we'll get access to the LLM technology you develop for our Tesla vehicles, and so on. Something's definitely going to be brewing here, folks. However, I thought I'd save the best till last. As I record this, Tesla's market capitalization in late May 2024, stunningly, I still can't believe it, but hey, it's true. $561.64 billion. To some, that might sound like a lot, and others, nothing. xAI, a company less than 1 year old who, at present, essentially, and I don't want to downplay what they've done, but essentially have a very early, somewhat competent, but still a long way to go LLM product. And that's it. That we know of. So xAI, current valuation, pre-money, roughly 3% that of Tesla. In other words, if xAI were to increase 30 times, which, believe it or not, is probably a done deal and just a matter of time, if xAI does a 30x, xAI is worth the same as Tesla. Let's recap what xAI has done thus far. Company forms, Musk recruits some talent, they gain access to the data stream from X to train their LLM, they beta test their LLM Grok, then eventually Grok starts rolling out, Grok starts to improve and iterate, still not on par with ChatGPT on many tasks, making great progress, but essentially in less than a year, training on some data that they were able to license from X, they've produced an LLM that's still not quite up to scratch versus everything else. However, certainly can get there. Rate of improvement is impressive. Meanwhile, Tesla has put, call it $250 billion of physical hardware on roads, a global fleet of 6+ million vehicles covered in sensors collecting invaluable data, itself worth probably tens of billions of dollars per year. Hard to quantify the exact value of the data from Tesla's fleet, but it's massive, and has accumulated, give or take, a decade of experience in developing ever more capable, competent, and stunning software in the real world known as full self-driving, are on the cusp of unlocking autonomy, literally built the world's biggest, most complex, and incredible real-world AI project with an unassailable data lead. Never mind the, like I said, $250 billion plus of physical hardware on roads, and the entire business, including the automotive business, the burgeoning energy business, everything, the supercharger, the whole thing, worth only about 30 times xAI's current valuation. Call me crazy. I mean, it's probably true. But through this lens, given the fact that Tesla themselves are flush with cash, I mean, many tens of billions of dollars, have many fast-growing aspects of their business. Technological lead in terms of vehicles, the huge energy storage products, the fleet, the data, on the cusp of solving autonomy, and the market cap's a piddly $561 billion? Like I said, call me crazy, but this doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. Actually, speaking of things that don't make a whole lot of sense, SpaceX has a current valuation of approximately $200 billion. Don't get me wrong, they're killing it. But again, just putting this in context, Tesla's market cap really doesn't seem to be making a whole lot of sense at the moment. Think of it differently. If xAI had been founded and its mission wasn't to start off with an LLM and then release more products, if its sole mission was to beat Tesla to autonomy, how would they go about doing that? What costs would be involved? How much capital would they have had to raise? What would the company be currently worth? Of course, it wouldn't be possible to catch Tesla. Therefore, they wouldn't have been able to raise capital because everyone would have said, bro, that's not going to happen. But to replicate what Tesla has created, what they have embedded inside this just a car company-esque valuation, unless xAI discovers new laws of physics, it ain't going to happen. Hilariously, anyone remember what Musk paid for X, formerly Twitter? About $44 billion, revalued around half that amount. Suddenly, in the span of less than a year, xAI now worth the half of value that was lost after Musk's acquisition of Twitter, now X. And back to this post from that guy with 3 first names on X. Combined Tesla plus xAI has the complete recipe for AGI. And now that we know that xAI has $6 billion to spend, watch this space. Based on the world record, and I do mean world record, Series B funding round of $6 billion and xAI's current valuation of almost $20 billion, a company that wasn't even publicly announced 12 months ago. Never mind NVIDIA's current multi-trillion-dollar valuation. It's pretty clear right now that markets and investors, venture capitalists, are starting to see a little bit of potential in artificial intelligence, and by a little I mean world-changing potential. Yet, Tesla's AI Trojan horse, FSD, continues to go largely unnoticed by the general public and investors. There's a reason I talk about this thing every fucking day, every fucking video, and have been doing for literally years. It's a big deal. If you want to see exactly how big of a deal, have a look at my Tesla valuation model available to investor supporters and above on Patreon. Click the link in the pinned comment. The reason I keep banging the drum on this is just so that a couple of years from now, I will have zero regrets because I did my absolute utmost to scream what I was seeing from the rooftops. So check out this post on X. FSD Supervised highlights. Some recent FSD Supervised highlights from our owners. First, we have a video of FSD Supervised navigating a construction zone and taking into account signs from workers indicating when to proceed. So on screen now, we're watching this 36-second clip. The caption, "This was quite impressive. Going up this hill, there were roadworks causing my lane to be closed. Workers were there with signs indicating when we could move. Without hesitation, FSD put the indicator on and went around onto the other side, cleared the roadworks, and got back into the correct lane." And you saw that for yourselves, folks, right? This was real-world AI. The thing that Tesla has developed, and we can see its capabilities right now, that no other company has either developed or has a hope in hell, even if they had $100 billion of capital, in replicating. And this matters. But don't tell anyone because I'm still buying Tesla stock and I prefer to be buying at these prices. Thanks very much. The next one, making a turn in a busy area with a large number of pedestrians crossing the street. I'll play this clip with audio. It speaks for itself.
There isn't much room for it to go like that.
Yeah, it was probably afraid. See, as a human, once you have like eyes, we have to look from both sides about the humans, right?
Many pedestrians, yeah.
Look at that. Just like,
that's crazy.
I guess it's funny.
Okay, dogs, everything.
See, now it's on red. They need to let us go, but the car is just kind of stuck. Okay, I'm not touching anything. See, the people are not paying attention at all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it stopped. I'm not doing.
So, I'm not going to say anything because my mother once taught me if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I mean, holy shit, dude. Must have been a very high dose of whatever she's on because holy fuck. Who in their right mind walks across a road without even looking?
Anything.
This is sick. This is awesome. There isn't much room for it to go.
I mean, bro, talk about dying to exit the gene pool, quite literally. Good thing the Tesla's paying attention because she wasn't. I think one of the women behind wasn't either. Oh, she's walking across, therefore I can walk without looking. Oh, wait, oh, there's a vehicle. Thankfully, the Tesla was paying more attention than she was. Now, the next clip, driving like a human would, with good spatial awareness and reaction time. This one's a very short clip. Just watch what's happening here. There's an obstruction, a truck parked across the road, getting in the way. The vehicle moves across and technically breaks the road rules, but does so in a way that is necessary. This is the difference between something being hard-coded. Imagine if there was a rule that says never ever cross double yellow lines. Guess what? The car's just going to stop here and get absolutely nowhere. Again, this is a form of real-world intelligence. And how has this software learned to do this? By observing good human drivers in similar situations. There's no heuristics, no specific line of code saying do this in this situation. It's simply learned from being trained on tons of video of good human drivers. And now, road etiquette matters. I'll play this short clip and read the commentary. Navigating through heavy traffic in my Tesla Model X with FSD Supervised, V12.3.4 today, my car showed impeccable manners, stopping to let a fellow driver pass. A true example of how technology can enhance road etiquette. Now, why did the vehicle do this? Has Tesla programmed it to let people in if traffic's slow and they try? No, just watch good human drivers, been trained on a bunch of video, and this property, this behavior has emerged. Once again, this matters. And now, braking for another vehicle, despite having right of way. In this clip, we see FSD dealing with a driver who fails to yield, presumably due to a traffic light malfunction. So, the kicker here, light's about to turn green, driver has right of way, but surprise, surprise, somebody decides to get in the way, presumably, hopefully because a traffic light was out, or maybe just a bad driver, but whatever. Again, the vehicle knew what to do without being explicitly programmed to avoid vehicles driving in front of you. Don't crash, rule number one, don't crash. That's pretty much it. Although I don't think it's even been trained with that. It's literally just watched good human drivers. Obviously, A good human driver sees somebody, even though they've got right of way and a green light, and goes, yeah, you know what, I'd rather not crash today, so I'm not going to drive into them. Adjusting to real-life situations that require temporary overriding of traffic rules. We saw an earlier example of that, the double yellow lines, right? Here's another one. Same story. There's shit in your way. If the vehicle's been explicitly programmed like a moron, specific rules, it's got training wheels on, can't cross those lines, so you'll just have to wait and annoy everybody because it's illegal to cross the lines, therefore don't cross the lines. More intelligent behavior. This is exactly what you want to see. I'm sure people can bring to mind some examples of watching a Cruise and or Waymo vehicle malfunction because the environment's changed a little bit. Suddenly it's encountered an especially scary and new situation, and all it does is panic, stay still, block the traffic and say, I'm scared, Daddy, please hold me, and annoy everybody around him. Never mind potential safety issues, blocking traffic, emergency vehicles, and so on. And the last example, FSD giving a lot of space to humans, e.g. pedestrians, a lot more than many human drivers will. And pro tip, ladies and gentlemen, to all the dumb shit, terrible, dangerous drivers out there, everyone follows too close, and people should always give a lot more space to most pedestrians and cyclists than they do, because pedestrians can be a little bit unpredictable. Imagine, by the way, here's an example, random one, but it could happen, right? You're walking along, there's a car coming, it's pretty close, giving you a little bit of space, you trip over and accidentally fall right in front of the path of the car. Next minute, you're dead. Oops, accident. Oh, geez, I didn't realize that was going to happen. That's the whole reason that you should give extra space to pedestrians and anything that is in a car, because you're the multi-ton death machine on wheels. They're not. So it's good to see this exceedingly cautious behavior. You really do want to give pedestrians, cyclists, especially children and animals, as much space as you possibly can on the road. And I think actually one of the biggest challenges for FSD is going to be training the vehicle to have a reasonable follow distance, because 90+% of humans follow way too fucking close. Their brains are too small to realize, wait, if that car slams its brakes on, I add my reaction time at best, probably 200 milliseconds, probably more, 250, maybe on a bad day, 300. And then I also factor in the mass of my vehicle, how efficient its brakes are versus theirs. Yeah, I know exactly, no one does that. That's why everyone's fucking dumb and people crash into each other all the time. Anyway, that was my rant. But the point was, we are seeing intelligent and safe behavior from this software, which is kind of weird because Tesla is just a car company. So yeah, I'm not sure why all these videos of incredible, stunning real-world AI keep popping up. I'm sure it's nothing. And I definitely know that xAI won't want to get their hands on any of this data, right? Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Plus, has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. There's plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend, seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously, there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. I'm not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.